Knowledge is also talked about like a fire. And what do fires do? Yes, they burn, but they also purify. What is the value of knowledge? It is the ultimate purifier. We back. Kabam! Kabam! For listeners that weren't viewing that on YouTube, that was a double dab. So dab to the left, then a dab to the right, my left and right, with 2 6-shooters in both hands, shooting up into the left, my left, and up into my right. Total of 4 shots being fired. And this episode's going to be a couple shots fired. So we're talking about the thing at the heart of it all, knowledge. The word Vedanta means the end of knowledge, or the culmination of knowledge. The end of the story, where it all comes together. Knowledge, as it is said within this philosophy, what is the value of knowledge? It is the ultimate purifier. You want to not run into traffic? Well, you hear that it's bad for you, and you hear that something could happen. You watch something happen to someone else. You hear about someone that you know on the block that got hit by a car by running out into the street. That knowledge, well, it purifies you from the desire of running to play in the middle of traffic. That knowledge, as you go from information that just exists around you. Information might sit in a newspaper, but knowledge is what you study and reflect on. It might be in the newspaper. It might be an article on the financial dynamics of the market going on right then. And it's part of your research. It goes from information, reading it once, to knowledge, where you maybe read it a second time, reflect on what it's saying. As we've said before, study is, what is it saying? Reflection is, what is it saying to me? Study is, what does this mean? Reflection is, what does this mean for me? That is knowledge. Wisdom is purification embodied. When you are wise, you're beyond the need for purification. You are pure. But that filter between impure to pure, from information to knowledge to wisdom, that filter is knowledge. That knowledge, when studied and then reflected on, it is the ultimate purifier. To where on the other side, you're walking around, effortlessly gliding through life, wise. Wisdom embodied. Pure. Not just a help, but the greatest help in any community, in any dynamic, in any situation you find yourself in. That pure help. That ability to be of use and of the highest use everywhere you go. That purity comes on the other side, at least what this philosophy tells us, on the other side of knowledge. Action can be a purifier. Hearing something can be a purifier. It can be really helpful to hear from a coach how to surf a wave properly. It can be really helpful, purifying in your pursuit of mastering, let's say, surfing. To read about it, it can be really purifying. To even act towards, all right, I'm going to schlep all of this gear to the beach over and over and over again. Those things are helpful. There is purification within them. But the ultimate purifier that takes us from information, hearing it, from action, going out there, from those things to actually experiencing it, is knowledge. I always think about the phrase, get low and go. Get low and go. I heard that phrase over and over again from different folks, specifically Joseph, one of my Vedantic teachers, would just tell me this whenever we were surfing. Just get low and go, get low and go. I probably heard him say that a dozen times, and it made no sense to me over months and months and months. I heard it, and I assumed, okay, there's some value in that. It keeps saying it, and that repetition is helpful. By the time he said it a 12th time, I was like, all right, there must be a lot of value in that phrase. Still don't understand what it means, but there must be a lot of value in that phrase. It's not just information. It's not just one of the 100 different things that gets said when you go out to surf. There must be some real knowledge and wisdom in that phrase. Certainly hadn't experienced it yet. Didn't know how much wisdom or how much value there would be. But then going from hearing it to applying it to acting and trying to see what it means by getting low. And then I experienced it. I was like, oh my God. This is like surfing from 2-dimensional surfing to 3-dimensional surfing. Once I had that one little thing embodied, written within me, stay low and go. You pop up, you stay low. It was so game-changing. I was like, oh my God, that's what, I'm going to tell everybody this. And no one's ever going to know what I'm talking about if they're hearing it for the first, second, fifth time. But oh my God, that was so game-changing. And I just happened to hear it. I was lucky enough to hear it 12 times. I needed to hear it 12 times. What started as knowledge outside of me, and it really just started as information, one of the many things that we would chat about, started to become through repetition, through reflecting, especially, like I said, by the 12th time I heard it, I was like, what are they? Okay, there must be something. What would it look like to stay low? Okay, let me try it out on this next wave. It started to become more than just information. That knowledge then started to become this applied knowledge, started to inform my actions. Then I started to see its benefits. It went from a collection of words into an experience that I had. And so far from anything that approaches even an advanced surfer or a master of the craft, but it's a perfect example where that knowledge purified my approach to this sport. The ultimate purifier. Knowledge is also talked about like a fire. And what do fires do? Yes, they burn, but they also purify. Over thousands of years in countless cultures, you'd cook with fire because of its purifying power. We think of fires now, sadly, only as something that's destructive most of the time. But fire, if you could harness the power of fire, it was heat. It was comfort. It was purification of food, of water. For thousands of years, the typical interaction with fire on a daily basis was invaluable. And that is the case for knowledge in all of our lives, in any pursuit, but especially in the spiritual pursuit. What is the value of knowledge? It is the ultimate purifier. We don't get there from just thinking. I would have never thought my way into get low and go. It would have been decades longer, 100 times longer for me to get to that same place of experience, that same place of embodied knowledge that you could call wisdom. Would have taken me 100 times longer to get there on my own. Would have taken me 100 times longer to not just think about it, but to get there through just acting, throwing things against the wall, seeing what sticks every time that I went out. 100 times longer than hearing this encapsulated information, this knowledge that makes things just click. You get to these insights 100 times faster. Purifies your approach in a way that our own thinking, our own acting, they can help. but not nearly to the degree that knowledge can. The ultimate purifier. And that's today's reflection on the daily Vedantic. We'll see you next time.